What is up and welcome to Manps on the Map, and in today's video we're diving deep into what it's like to fly economy class with British Airways, the UK's flagship airline. For my honeymoon, man's balled out and flew business class with BA, but now that Mrs. on the Map's got a ring on it, well, man's is back to flying economy. But what was economy actually like? Well, I took a long haul flight from London Heathrow to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, a long 11-hour flight. So I think after 11 hours, I got a pretty good taste of what it's like. So in this video, we're going to break it down, covering the luggage allowance, amenities, infotainment, the bathroom, because that's how we do. And of course, this is a Manps on the Map flight review, so we're going to go Gordon Ramsay up in here and critique the food.
Is there anything today that I ate that wasn't microwaved? The salad.
So let's start with luggage allowance. You'll be pleased to know that it's actually really good, with a 23kg check suitcase, and then you can bring a smaller cabin bag onto the plane to be stored above your seat, and also a personal bag like a rucksack, laptop bag or handbag that you can store under the seat. So this is actually probably pretty standard, but definitely more than enough for me, even with my laptop, camera and headphones, which are my travel essentials. Luggage checked in and the plane boarded. The seat is just nice. It's not amazing, it's not rubbish, but it does the job, with the BA branding on point with this tissue paper-esque BA merch lining the headrest. Classy. But BA hustled me nicely with the legroom. I had this bare annoying box in the middle of my legroom, so like one leg was shoved in this gap on the left and then the other was free to roam, but it was kind of uncomfortable. Like, what even is this? Why is there a full-on desktop computer chilling in my legroom? Get out of here. Luckily, there was no one occupying the third seat in the row, so I was able to stretch my legs. As far as BA amenities go, I'm not gonna lie, I expected more. We got an in-flight manual which is upside down, nice work man. Some in-ear headphones if you didn't bring your own, finished in a BA blue. A sick bag which fortunately I didn't have to use, and a pillow and a blanket. That's it. That's your amenities for the flight. No vanity kit, no eye mask, no miniature toothpaste. Come on BA, up your game. I flew economy with Etihad Airways and their amenity kit was amazing. Check out my Etihad economy class video if you ain't already. It's a banger. Okay, so amenities were a bit non-existent and my legroom was occupied by R2-D2. But BA can redeem themselves if they smash the infotainment and the food out the park. So let's talk about it. Infotainment. One of the most important things on any flight, especially on this flight because it's an 11-hour flight. 11 hours man, that is 660 minutes or 39,600 seconds. That's a long time. The screen was absolutely, wholeheartedly terrible. It lacked any kind of responsiveness, so much so that it was borderline unusable. It was bare annoying man. It fully had a mind of its own. It kept registering non-existent inputs, opening things that I didn't want opening. I just wanted to watch a film man. Please infotainment, let me just go back a page. I'll do anything. I don't want to watch Marvelous Mums movies. What even is that? At this point, I wasn't angry. I was just disappointed. So I decided to check out the Marvelous Mums movies, which surprisingly, I did not watch. But the wide remote came to the rescue and I just abandoned the touchscreen altogether. So you can do everything with the remote. Connected by the staple remote wire pulley thing, you can pause, fast forward, rewind, change the volume and the brightness. You can even call the cabin crew for assistance and turn your ceiling light on and off. But then I decided to flip the remote and my eyes were blessed with a full-on QWERTY keyboard up in here, gaming controls and an analog stick. Like we're about to boot up the PS5 and have an onboard FIFA tournament while sending work emails with the QWERTY keyboard. The remote even had shoulder buttons. Why? I've got no clue. Jokes aside, the remote made navigating easier, but the system itself was still really slow. But now I could check out more recent movie releases including Beast, Black Adam and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But it's not all bad. One feature I loved in the movies section is that you can watch a trailer for the film before you dedicate your precious time to that movie. There was also a selection of TV shows including Paramount Plus, and I've got to give props where props are due, because instead of showing like season 7 episode 8 of a random TV show, it actually had the first 3 episodes of season 1 of a bunch of TV shows. Well played BA, well played. There's also a selection of music including my favourite genre of urban and dance, which I thought would be hip hop, but it wasn't. If you want to chat with Keith in seat G11, well you can with seat to seat chat, but I just used it for a cheeky Manps on the Map plug, which reminds me, If you're enjoying the video, support the channel by subscribing, as we're almost at 1500 subscribers. Going back to infotainment, there's also games built into the system, including Pac-Man, which is an absolute classic. One feature that I've never used, and I don't think I ever will, is the My Devices application, enabling you to view your holiday snaps from your digital camera using the trusty USB port. Like, how old is this plane? My phone screen is low-key bigger than this infotainment screen. I did find use for the USB port though, using it to charge my phone. So you've watched a movie or two and want to see where you are in the world. Well, on this BA economy flight, you can do just that using the in-flight map. Just look at it in all its glory. Forget Google Maps, we got GeoFusion maps up in here with 4K resolution and buttery smooth animations, absolutely flawless. What even is this, man? Where am I? I have so many questions right now. So all of the infotainment antics combined with the long loading times actually meant that things took so long that my flight actually felt pretty quick. 11 hours flew by. Now before we come on to the food, let's do what we do best and take a tour of the bathroom. So this is a Manps on the Map plane review video, so we gotta check out the bathroom, and it's probably the same as any other economy flight bathroom, but let's take a look. It's got your standard things: a toilet that has an aggressive flush, a sink that doesn't pour out too much water, and a few little amenities. So you can see that the toilet is indeed very cramped. I can't really move, but that's alright. And someone may be trying to get into the toilet, but let's take a look. So you've got your standard toilet with an aggressive flush, you've got a baby changing station, got some air freshener, some sanitary wipes. So the sink is touch sensitive, but I don't want to get my hand wet because of the camera. Cold setting, hot setting. What does this do though? Hang on. Okay, didn't really do anything. And then we've got some nice hand wash and a bin. Ooh, and if you want to shave, then there's a shaving port there, but I don't know who does that on the plane. So as far as toilets go, it does what it says on the tin. It is just a standard toilet. And finally, this would not be a Manps on the Map plane review without a showcase of all things food, as we got a munch on with not one, but two plain meals. Before meal one, we kept it classy with a Coke Zero, garnished with a lemon wedge. Lemon wedge Coke hits different, man. It quenched my thirst nicely. You know when a drink is like crispy? It was one of those, paired with some sour cream and chive baked pretzels. We were on to a good start. Then came the first meal, and I went for the meat option, which was chicken, green beans and potatoes. Now, this was okay, and the chicken was actually seasoned in a tangy tomato-based sauce with a mild kick to it, which, as far as plain chicken goes, I was actually impressed, because sometimes the plain chicken is like some unseasoned, dehydrated wedge of tough chicken. So props to BA on their chicken game. I would say though, the chefs over at BA have been watching a lot of Salt Bae, because the salt game was way too strong in all the meals we had on the flight. The veggie main was mac and cheese, which Mrs. on the Map thought was just like alright. I'm not gonna lie though, this mac and cheese kind of looks anemic. To accompany the main, you get this quinoa salad, which was dead. It was not good. It was lacking in flavour and was so dry. There was just no passion when Bossman rustled this up.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression.
Maybe that's why the sick bag was there as an amenity. I decided to wash away the taste of the quinoa with a Jacob's cracker and cheese, which was, well, it's cracker and cheese. I don't know what more to say. And then of course, you can't forget the bread roll and butter. But why was the butter so hard? Mans had freeze-dried my butter. We ended up butchering the bread roll trying to spread it. For dessert, I had an apple and blackberry crumble and custard, which was kind of average. The crumble, standardly, was the best bit, but my issue with the dessert is that it was kind of watery. Flavour-wise, there was a sharp kick from the apple and blackberry, which was then softened by that creamy custard. But look at the size of it. The dessert was tiny, like legit 1 spoon's worth of dessert. A fairly disappointing meal one, so I decided to pick myself up with a cup of tea. For meal number 2, I decided to get the veggie main of a mushroom stroganoff and rice. I don't know how they did it, but the rice was cooked to perfection, soft, fluffy, and not a rice clump in sight. Smashed it. As for the stroganoff, it's basically a thick creamy mushroom stew with some peppers and pickled onions to inject a burst of flavour. It actually would have been a decent meal, but Salt Bae was back at it again because it was so salty. If they just toned down the salt levels a bit, we would have been onto a satisfying main. To accompany the main, again we got the quinoa salad, but this time there was yogurt mixed in, which makes me think, did they forget the yogurt in the quinoa salad I had earlier? The yogurt definitely improved the overall taste and texture, adding some well needed moisture to the salad. But one thing that annoyed me is that I had quinoa salad earlier, so why give me the same side dish? And then they had the audacity to give me the same apple and blackberry crumble and custard. Come on BA, you need to switch things up if there are 2 meals on a flight, especially an 11-hour flight. So yeah, pretty disappointed with the food, I'm not gonna lie. But I have to be honest, and now having been on a few long haul flights, I'm able to compare my experiences, and this was not BA's finest hour in my opinion. And that concludes my review of British Airways economy class. If you enjoyed the video, you know the drill, leave a like. Got any questions? Leave a comment down below or DM me on Instagram, and support the channel by subscribing for more. As always, it's been a pleasure. Till next time, peace!